Hey, this is Jonah with Homestar Financial. Thank you for choosing us to do business with. We can't wait to help you through this process over the next 30 to 45 days. It can be a little intimidating, but don't let it scare you. We're going to be here to hold your hand through the process. So there's a few things I want to talk about, and they're just simple things. I'm not going to go too in depth in the process because really those are type of things that we can talk about over the phone if you have deeper questions. But I just want to keep this video short and simple and kind of explain the process in a quick, easy way to help you understand. So the first step of the process is you're going to put your earnest money deposit down. Make sure that that's a personal check. No cash is allowed to be used during this process. So you want to make sure it's either a personal check or a cashier's check. You're going to give that to your agent. They're going to submit it to the escrow holder, and whoever holds the escrow is going to hold that earnest money and deposit into their account. But then that money is going to go towards your down payment or your cash to close. So you do get credit for that money. The next thing you're going to have to pay for is going to be your appraisal. Your appraisal will be $450, or if you're buying a luxury property, it'll be $550. So depending on what type of property you're buying, it'll be $450 or $550. That'll be a cost to you, but as long as you pay it with a debit card or out of your personal account, and we can see that money coming out, you get a $450 credit that goes towards your cash to close. And the numbers that I'm going to send you in an email are all going to already include these numbers worked in. So that's going to include your earnest money deposit that I've already worked into the numbers. So that $1,000 or however much your earnest money is already going to be taken off the number I'm going to be giving you, as well as the $450 for your appraisal is already going to be taken off the number I'm giving you. So the number that I'm giving you in the email with your interest rates is going to be the number that you see at the table that you'll be needing to bring to closing. That'll be money that you need to have at the closing table, and you're going to wire that to the attorney, or if it's under $5,000, you're probably going to be writing a check. Preferably a cashier's check is what most attorneys prefer. So once we do all this, this is all the money stuff that I'm talking about. The process is pretty simple. There may be a few extra things that I have to ask you for throughout the process. If you've been divorced, I may have to get a divorce decree. If you have child support, I'm gonna have to get your child support documentation. All those kind of things are simple, and you should be able to have those things pretty readily at hand. But for the most part, I already have all your documents. I have your pay stubs, your W-2s, your bank statements, all that stuff up front. But I will need to get updated bank statements later on in the process once your earnest money and your appraisal payment clear your account, and then I need to be able to show that you have enough money to close. So that's kind of the process. So throughout this process, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be collecting the documents, and I'm going to be sending it to underwriting. And underwriting turn times can depend on what time of year we're in. During the winter time, they're a little bit faster because there's not as much volume coming in, but during the summertime, it gets pretty slow just because there's a ton of volume coming in. So usually it takes anywhere from 1 to 3 days for an underwriter to review your file. And then once they review it, they're going to say, hey, I need more documentation on this, or hey, here's your clear to close. And that's what we're shooting for, is the clear to close. Yay. So throughout the process, I'm going to be asking for documents. My assistant Mike may be asking for documents, or maybe the processor may be asking you for documents. So it's really not a big deal. Just don't get worried. Let me help you through it. If you have questions about the documents we're asking for, feel free to call me, feel free to call Mike, or feel free to call your processor. So that's kind of the process that you're going to be going through. It can be really quick or it can be really slow. A lot of it depends on how fast you can get me the documentation. If I ask you for it and you have me everything within the hour, then this process is going to go super quick, and you can really close within 15 days if you wanted to. It really, how fast we close, a lot of times depends on you as the borrower getting us these documents as fast as you can, and staying in the process and making sure that you're paying attention to things that I need signed and all these kind of things. There'll be a lot of documents that you have to e-sign. There'll be a few documents that you may have to sign with an actual pen, print them out, and send them back to me. And I'll let you know which documents those are. So just be looking for an email from me coming up soon with a list of 3 different interest rates to choose from, and you can pick whichever interest rate you want. And if you want different options, just let me know and I can give you different options. But I take my professionalism and I give you the best 3 options that I can see, and you can choose from those. And if you want to go with a different option, just let me know and I can give you pretty much any option you want to. You just have to let me know. So after you decide what interest rate you want, I'm going to lock it in for however much time that we need. So if we're 30 days from closing today, I'm going to lock it in for 30 days. If we're 39 days from closing day, I'm going to lock it in for 45 days. So I can lock it for 30, 45, or 60 days. So I'll make that decision. And that does kind of depend, the cost kind of adjust on that too. The longer you lock it, the more it's going to cost. So there's some things that you can look out for there. I'm going to be keeping your best interest in mind, trying to spend as little of your money as possible and helping you through this process. So it's going to be really good. I'm really excited for you, and I can't wait for you to close on your home. And I really, really hope that I get to meet you at closing, and we'll see you later. And thank you again for choosing Homestar Financial.